I'll be honest with you. The Christmas memories of 1960s America are fading faster than most people realize. If you grew up in that era, you know exactly what I mean. One smell, one song, or one flicker of lights can take you right back, but often, it disappears before you even have time to hold on to it. Before these moments vanish completely, let's revisit 20 Christmas memories from 1960s USA, moments that shaped childhoods, families, and communities. And while you're listening, tell me, how many of these do you remember? Which one hits closest to your heart? I read every comment. Before we dive in, drop this in the comments. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? I love seeing memories shared from across the world. And while you're here, make sure to subscribe and share this video with friends and family. Because today, we're stepping into a world that almost doesn't exist anymore. A world of simple joys, heartfelt traditions, and Christmas magic. This is 20 Lost Christmas Memories from 1960s USA. Memory 1. Sending letters to Santa. Children sat at small desks with pencils, carefully writing their Christmas lists. Not long lists, just one or two things they truly wished for. After writing, they carefully folded the letter and placed it into an envelope addressed to the North Pole. In many towns, letters were dropped into special mailboxes at the post office. Kids believed, completely, that Santa would read them personally. And parents watched, knowing that this small act would stay in their child's memory forever. Memory 2. Walking to the local store. December meant bundling up in scarves and mittens and walking to the local store with your parents. The crisp winter air, the smell of fresh pine from wreaths, and the soft crunch of snow under boots, it all felt magical. Windows glimmered with colorful displays. Toys, dolls, board games, and shiny bicycles filled every space. Most families couldn't afford them all, but simply seeing them brought joy. The walk, the anticipation, and the excitement. These were the moments that made Christmas unforgettable. Memory 3. Window shopping displays. Stores like Macy's, Gimbel's, and Woolworths created elaborate window displays that children lined up to see. Mechanized trains, miniature villages, sparkling lights, and scenes from popular Christmas stories. Kids pressed their noses to the glass, watching the scenes move. Parents often smiled quietly, seeing the wonder on their children's faces. Memory 4. Handmade decorations. From paper chains to popcorn garlands to hand-cut snowflakes. Every child had a project to decorate the house. Glue stuck to fingers. Paper scraps littered tables. But the result was a home that felt alive with color and warmth. It wasn't about perfection, it was about togetherness. Memory 5. Sharing candy and treats. A tin of candy sat on the table. Hershey Kisses, candy canes, or a favorite cookie jar. Rules were simple: take only one at a time. Everyone watched to make sure no one took more. And after the candy was gone, the tin was repurposed for small treasures, keepsakes, or family odds and ends. Memory 6. Watching Christmas specials on television was still a relatively new household staple in the 60s. There were only a handful of channels, but every family gathered to watch the same specials. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Charlie Brown's Christmas. No streaming, no rewinding. If you missed it, you missed it. These moments felt communal, connecting families and entire neighborhoods. Memory 7. Glass ornaments and tree decorating. Each ornament was precious. Families carefully hung glass bulbs, tinsel, and homemade decorations. Some ornaments were passed down from grandparents. Every placement on the tree mattered. Accidental breaks were small tragedies, remembered for years. Memory 8. Smell of the holiday kitchen. From roasting turkeys to cinnamon-scented cookies, the smell of Christmas filled every home. Children wandered in and out of kitchens, drawn to the warmth and aroma. Every simmering dish, every sweet baked good, brought families together. It wasn't just food, it was a sensory story of home, care, and tradition. Memory 9. Christmas stockings. Stockings hung by the fireplace, waiting to be filled. Sometimes a small orange, a candy cane, a little toy. Kids peeked at them every morning before the adults awoke. The excitement wasn't in the size of the gift, it was in the surprise, the anticipation, the tradition. Memory 10. Playing in the snow. When snow fell, kids ran outside with mittens and scarves. Snowmen were built. Snowball fights erupted. Every snowflake felt magical. Neighborhoods became playgrounds, streets turned into sledding hills, and every child was part of a shared winter adventure. Memory 11. Christmas music on the record player before digital playlists. Vinyl records filled the air with music. Christmas songs played softly with the crackle of the needle adding character. Families sang along. Children danced around the tree. Songs like White Christmas, Jingle Bells, and Silent Night were the soundtrack of the season. Memory 12. School plays and nativity scenes. Every school had a Christmas play. Some kids were angels, shepherds, or Mary and Joseph. Parents attended, proudly applauding even when lines were forgotten or costumes failed. It was about effort, community, and celebrating the season together. Memory 13. Handmade gifts. Not every gift came from a store. Knitted scarves, embroidered handkerchiefs, or wooden toys were given with love. Children treasured these gifts, often keeping them for decades. Memory 14. Christmas cards before emails and texts. Christmas cards were written by hand. They were sent to neighbors, friends, and distant family. Houses were decorated with strings of cards. Each card represented thought, effort, and connection. Memory 15. Caroling in the streets. Children and adults alike sang in neighborhoods. Door-to-door visits, small donations, or just the joy of music. Everyone knew the songs. And even if you weren't singing, hearing the carolers brought warmth and a sense of community. Memory 16. Baking mince pies and cookies. The smell of sweet dough baking filled homes. Families measured, rolled, and decorated together. Kids couldn't resist sneaking a taste, even before the treats were finished. Memory 17. Visiting neighbors and friends. Communities were tight-knit. Neighbors dropped by with greetings, cookies, or small gifts. Christmas wasn't just about family, it was about the neighborhood. Memory 18. Saving for special gifts. Many families didn't have a lot of money. They saved all year for something small but meaningful. The value was in the love and thought, not the price tag. Memory 19. Decorating the outside of the house. Families strung lights and hung wreaths on doors. Windows glimmered with candles. The whole neighborhood became a festive display. Memory 20. Christmas Eve excitement. Children went to bed early, barely able to sleep. They listened to the quiet house, hearing the faint ticking of clocks, the warmth of the fire, and the glow of the Christmas tree. Imagination and anticipation filled the room. The magic of Christmas was in those quiet moments before morning. These memories shaped a generation. They shaped families. They shaped a country. So now I ask you, what was Christmas like when you were growing up? What one memory would you want children today to experience at least once? Share it in the comments. Someone else might read your story and remember their own past. And before you go, subscribe and share this video with friends and family. More stories are coming. More forgotten moments that deserve to be remembered. Wherever you are, I hope your next Christmas feels as warm as the ones we just remembered.